If it works out where, your work schedule and stuff like that is too much, well, we can always hold a special meeting.
But now,
or a special election.
is there a conflict of interest, two officers in one family?
Only for you.
We need to have a
Out of
controversy
order,
over that.
out of order.
Hey, give us
Throw some chalk at him here. You could call a special meeting and special vote there if it becomes too much. And I don't know. If the last 2 years we haven't really had a lot of requirements. Requirements have been finding out when our dues or whatever our fees were due to be paid to the various societies.
I don't think the only thing that you really want to, that you really want to have a record of would be if we make a decision to spend some money.
Yeah.
We've got a written record of that. So when Jim goes to spend the money, he's got some paper trail that comes right rear. Somebody says, well, you spent $50 and you went to the Bahamas, so. You voted to send Jim to the Bahamas or whatever.
I did not, I went to Puerto Rico.
That's pretty good.
If we get audited, we'll have to have a paper trail.
We have never
We
been
ever did.
audited.
I found a great site in Cancun, it's the dark skies.
We've
We had a star
never
party.
been audited. We've never been visited.
I know. The more we have to treasure.
One of the future questions we're gonna have probably is, what's Gallatin High School doing with the telescope? Because we got that for a grant. And now, as far as I know, it's sitting on top of Gallatin.
It's not up there.
Oh, it's not?
No,
They took it down?
Jeff George is teaching astronomy,
Uh-huh.
and he has that, it's not on the roof.
As long as they got it, well, that's the important thing.
Are they using it?
Well, they used it, yeah, that's a question.
Yeah, we didn't use it because the same problem we have with everything else, Who's gonna keep it and who's gonna lug it out to the parties?
Well, I mean, if they're not using it, could Ball State use it?
That's an idea.
I mean,
we'd have the same thing. We don't have a permanent place to mount it. We have to, roll it out and stuff. We got a 10-inch we can roll out.
And actually, Jim Tompkins looked at the paperwork, and his legal opinion was that the Board of Education was the principal mover in that operation, and that the society coming off, Astronomical Society was a co-member. But it was his opinion at that time that if there was no question about letting the Board of Education be the, what would you call it?
Trustee?
Yeah, okay, that'll work.
Forever, yes. Let's see. Anybody want to check my figures? Well, here they are. Let's see. Okay, we did Star Trek. I need to write that down.
Jack, as soon as you're through, I'll let Ben give us a talk on what he's gonna do for us next year.
Chicken in every pie.
Yeah. I prefer a telescope in the backyard myself.
Yeah.
But, you can have a chicken, but I'll
With a
take a
dome.
telescope.
With a dome.
What came first, the
A
eyepiece?
lot of discussion, well, maybe not a lot, but there's been discussion about changing the meeting day. Several people have said, well, if you had it on this date, well, I'd come. If you had it on that date, I would come. And I don't think with a multitude of people, you're ever going to have a good day for everybody. The thing was mentioned about a Saturday, but my question, and I posed the problem, that I don't think Ball State would want to open up this building on a Saturday just for us. And I don't know that they have classes in here on Saturdays.
They do on Saturday mornings.
Yeah.
So basically until noon, essentially there's classes.
Yeah. Who's gonna roll out of bed Saturday morning though, and come to a meeting? Probably less than what we have now.
Well, the whole premise, I believe I know the person who suggested that, the whole premise was to have the meeting late and go right out to the observing field.
Yeah, observe
Yeah.
after.
Well, that was an idea, to have the
That
meeting
was the
prior
original premise.
to the public start parties. And, but as you see, you're on different days, well, no, these are Saturdays, I think. Yeah, those are all Saturdays.
Is there any other,
But you see, we don't have our parties until that night. So, we're back to square one about their, getting out of here. at
Well,
noon.
we'd have to have them near or on the observation field before.
Yeah. What, does the library have conference rooms or anything?
Yeah,
And are
they
they,
have a couple of meeting rooms, yeah.
my thought was, if we went to that, then contact the library and see if we couldn't meet in there.
Library closes at 3 o'clock on Saturday.
That's what I'm gonna ask. Earlier on
There,
Saturday.
see, we get in time constraints on almost
Yeah,
anything we
it's
do.
community college hours, not university hours on the library.
Yeah.
Not, 3 in the morning or Zoom.
Well, that's something we can forward and become old business. And
Yeah,
Ben can,
we can't, like today, there's nothing going on at the college except staff stuff.
Right.
So there's no classes or anything like that right now. And I actually had a call yesterday from their room scheduler asking if we were still meeting, tonight.
Right.
Said, yeah, we were, and it's not a problem. So, as far as security is concerned, security's here 24/7. We have resident police, of course. And the buildings, they power them down on the weekends, but not an awful lot. They
yeah, they maintain heat and stuff.
they drop the heat a little bit and raise the AC, but each room is on computer control, and if they know the meeting's scheduled, then it's going to have heat and air during the scheduled time. So it's really not a big deal
for Saturday?
for Saturday. I think that if we, if you wanted to schedule a meeting, wanted to have a room from 4 to 6 or something on a Saturday afternoon, I don't think that'd be a big deal to college to do that.
Well, I think you get less attendance just because Saturday, most people, when they're working, they're off on Saturday and Sunday.
They don't want to bother with.
Yeah, lots of grass and they're watching
That's
somewhere
somewhere
all that too.
and go to the soccer games, get
Yeah, I kind of see that as a disadvantage, because like right now, some people can make this meeting, but can't make the observing. Also, what are you going to do then if it's a rainy day or a cloudy night? Are people still going to want to come to a meeting even though we're not observing?
And this is most people we've had in the meeting in eons. Most of the time, we have the 5 regulars. So,
I make a motion that we leave the meeting where it is.
For the time being, we can talk about it.
yeah. Well, I'm just
Or
trying
maybe you want to table it.
tie ends up here real fast,
Well, as a matter of
things to
fact,
think about.
Yeah.
the history, the recent history of attendance suggested something needs to be done.
Yeah. Well, we have 17 paid members, but, where are they?
We have how many members?
We have 19 total, 17 are paid, 2 are honorary.
We've got, I think Brandon and I have been resurrecting some plans to try and rekindle the embers, to bring back past members or long forgotten members, by
I tried to send
using
him
the
my mailing
newsletter.
list, but it didn't go through. I don't know if it was too long or something. It said it timed out or some bull, I don't know. But I tried to, I sent it basically in clear, what I consider clear. Usually I send it, that CC blank, whatever.
Right.
So that goes to, one person sees it.
I think
Whoever
he
else
did.
is on there doesn't do it. But I sent him, everybody, the mailing list that I had, but I don't think that he, well, anyway, I came back a failure. So,
I think he did get it.
he did?
I think it did go through.
Okay, I didn't know if he got it.
I'll double check.
No, he
with
came
him.
back. Well, something I sent him, and I thought that was the one, came back as failed to deliver. So, I don't know, yeah.
Yeah, we do need to decrypt that, at least for membership purposes.
Yeah, well, I have two lists. I have the members that are paid, I send them, important stuff, and then I have an overall, everybody, hey, you want to know what we're doing? This is what we're doing. I got 50 on one list, and I've got maybe 60 on the other. I don't know. I need to. Some people I've taken off some list. I may not have got them off the other list. A couple people have asked to be removed from the list. I tried to get them off. Try not to send anything out.
I think that'll be one of the tasks of the new leadership, is to try and come up with viable lists of people that we can try and interest in getting involved again, for whatever reason. And it may just be that.
Randall said he's ready to come back. His kids are older now. He's going to bring them in. So yeah, he's great with kids at the star parties.
But it's the old adage, talk is cheap. Where is he?
Well,
So,
he was working nights for a long time.
Yeah.
so we reach out to him via the newsletter and say, here's some of the things that are planned, Basically, there's gonna be two different newsletters, one for members only, and one for the people that we're trying to bring back into membership. But I think one of the cruxes of the newsletter is going to show that we're an active club still, and these are some of the plans that we have, and we're hoping that that'll get some of the people back that say, you know what, I remember those days, let's go for it.
Are you talking about the
Hey, Jack.
people that are outside the membership?
You have a copy of those
Yes.
lists?
I just wonder how many of those
It's
are getting close to
Oh,
retirement.
mine. Yeah, I got it.
Because this is something they'll want to do in retirement.
Yep.
You didn't. If you didn't,
Come back.
you don't.
Send it to
Have those
Ben.
that we just
Yeah,
asked to
but,
come back.
I think I only have
a couple
his
times a year.
email address.
And if they're,
You can't
we can
pull it
have them come
out.
back to the problems.
Well,
Ask them.
we'll figure out.
It has their email and
And just maybe start working.
phone numbers on it, or just email?
Yeah,
And the dues have gone down. Anybody should be able to
Jim
afford
had
$10.
a list
Yeah.
of members
And-
with address,
Yeah.
phone number, and
Okay.
email.
That's all we need.
But we need to update it because, like we saw, Tim's phone number was incorrect. Let's see, I think most of the email addresses are correct.
I do know a lot of our members, at least from the membership list that I got, that I use to send out what I send out. A lot of those fellas that I have actually moved either out of state or far flung. We don't have, a lot of reform members don't appear to live in Middle Tennessee anymore. Because, one of the, I can't remember who sent me, but, a fellow named Scott. I only know him by his, because it's Scott at something. And, he's in Alabama. So,
Myself,
yeah.
I lived in Alabama for several months since the last 3 years too.
Yeah, so,
You need to
uh,
go for the jobs.
one thing we need to come up with some way to, I think, to advertise the club.
Yeah, I was gonna get around to that.
And the best advertisement is seeing an active club.
Ben was talking about taking some of our money and running an ad. It's the old telescope for Christmas. Don't know how to use it. Come to our star party and we'll show you how to do it. Or come to our meeting
Yeah.
or star party and
And
show you how to do it.
Yeah, that'd be a good meeting program, it's just colonnade telescopes and showing beginners how to use them.
And I got a feeling, I don't know if y'all been to Walmart, but this was the year they decided to stock the telescopes again. So.
They do it
there's the
just about every Christmas, and you wish you could stand there and hand out Orion catalogs to those people.
Now, I tell you what, there's the telescope proper, they got a little 70 millimeter telescope that they sell.
Yeah,
The
so
mount's
it's trying to-
bad, but the telescope proper is good, because I bought one of those, I bought it for next to nothing.
The mount's bad, the eyepieces are bad.
Bad, but the telescope
And the
proper is
start
good.
Yes.
Well, if you know what to expect out of a 70 millimeter, right, if you know what that size scope's gonna do for you, it's a decent scope.
But they don't know what
If you're
it's gonna do.
expecting to see
No,
a spiral.
if you look at the box.
Yeah,
They see,
In color, then, yeah.
they see the pictures of the box, and they see 640 power, 640
Blonde
power.
woman that came out there with us.
Fuzzball.
But actually.
We need her name and number.
Beginners.
Oh, yeah.
Jack's probably got it. Hey, Jack, do you remember that blonde-headed woman that was out there with us?
Glennis, yeah.
Okay, do you have her name or number or anything like that?
The email address you gave me, every time I send her email, it comes back invalid.
Yeah.
So I'm just hoping she come to,
And she came to the last Club Star party. It was just me out there.
Yeah, it was just, and then I came later.
she ever shows up again, when I get a better email address on there, because
And she was very
Now that you're gonna be
disappointed though.
president, you'll learn the official club headlock.
She went and bought a nice set of
Yeah.
binoculars.
She came out there thinking that we would have members there,
yeah.
and she bought some binoculars so people could show her how to use it and stuff, and we tried to show what we knew, but she was disappointed.
Who was she?
She's a new woman. She's came to, what, 3 meetings, 2 meetings?
Well,
No.
parties.
Parties? Yeah, two
I already-
club
I
parties.
saw her that one.
I've seen her at one party.
This is 2 then she's been at.
She's been, no, she's been at 3 parties.
3? What was the other one?
She came to 2 public parties.
Okay, so it's
Think you'd
3.
like to try it again?
She wants to really bad.
Do we know
Okay.
what an ad like that would cost?
No idea, but I suggested that we investigate the Tennessean and not this rag local, because I have trouble getting this, them to publish the Star Party.
Oh, yeah, but they will publish an ad because you're paying for that.
Can the college radio station
And
publicize it?
what's their, readership? You're gonna get better coverage if you go to the Tennessean.
Yeah, but you also get a lot of people that
Because I know
show
a
up
lot of young people
one
listen
time
to it and
then
stuff,
that's it.
and
We try to
I do
build clubs,
sometimes.
So we want to get local people.
And
Well, if people come and visit with us at a meeting and all we do is business, we don't have a program, and that's all we do is just thrash out the dates we're gonna go to Star Parties. And how much money we get, and it's just business, they're not gonna come back.
We're thinking about we pick members who's in here. They bring something to show and tell or whatever. Then we have a secondary person if that person can't show.
like we discussed before, yeah.
Yeah.
That way we always have something going on,
Our new slogan will
hopefully.
be come for the pizza, stay for the
Okay.
fun.
Yeah.
It's like I told Jack,
I wasn't here when he
I will help the new president. I've been helping Jack.
Did you guys get
I will help
the
you with
email I sent
programs.
out? It was a forward,
Make sure that we have snacks in here,
Tom,
like I've done the last several meetings.
not Tom.
We didn't communicate on this Friday.
Shelby.
I didn't always bring it
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
So-
Oh, yeah, Bill Baywell.
Bill, yeah.
Yeah.
Did
Be more
y'all
phone
get
numbers, too.
that? He had,
Email.
and
We'll
did
communicate.
the calendar come through on that
Yes.
too? Because they got several, they're having some meeting down in Franklin.
Right.
And then they're having, they had their list for upcoming events in there. And we were all invited to come sit. So I don't know if y'all got it or not.
The thing with Bill Madewell?
Yes.
Yeah, Cosmic, whatever it is.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
down in
tomorrow,
Shelbyville.
Say again?
It's in Shelbyville.
Well, they're going to be meeting in Franklin. They're meeting in Franklin,
Oh, they
Tennessee.
are.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Bill lives out in
Tomorrow
Lynchburg.
night?
Is it tomorrow or Saturday?
From Chattanooga.
I don't recall offhand what it was, but I just wanted to make sure somebody got something I sent. Because
Yeah.
I don't always get reply that's there, so.
Do you have it on there?
I don't know, it's at home.
We've got some scouts that want to have a party in January, and I was putting them off because I didn't know what dates we were